Hi guys, welcome back. TSM here. So I've got a purifier that I've just finished building and I've done it to you once. So I thought we'd take a look at a quick build and have a look at some ideas and some concerns. Concern number one is we have no idea what's coming for the CIC. We don't know what its bonus effects will be. So that's a bit of concern. And the other concern is we don't know if there's anything coming in the FM specials wise as well. So just bear that in mind. Another thing I think you need to have a look at is this here. This ship has a frenzy capability, and that frenzy capability basically gives you a bonus combat speed at plus 60%. So bear that in mind. I'm sure we'll get to see a hint of what that does and how that relates. Well, we know what it does, it'll make it go very fast, but is that then an ability to kite and drive by fast and kill things on the way? Bear in mind these are throwers we've got on here and not launchers, so throwers work by obviously constantly hitting things every period of time. But why the combat speed of 60? That's going to be quite interesting to take a look at. Obviously, the thing you've got as well then is the specialist ability there, which gives you the survival statistics as well of both ballistic and radioactive. And whilst it's not immense, because these hulls are starting to get immensely strong now they're at tier 11, it still has an aura effect. Okay, so it's got an ionic field. All right then, and it's a friendly field as well. So there are a couple of things there. That frenzy only lasts for 1.5 seconds, but to boost that combo speed, that means this thing is going to do considerably faster in a straight line than it is in a turn. So that's something you might want to think about, because we're generally going to probably put a building damage crew on this as opposed to a turn crew. So we'll have to take a look. Right. Anyway, let's have a look at builds then. We'll go for a build. Bear in mind I have got two weapons on this. I should only put one on because it's easy to show the baseline damage, but we'll go with the specials that I believe we need. Obviously, to start with is the plasma array, because that came in the event. Obviously the battery 2. Moving along then, go back into the unlimited, okay then, and then obviously the regulator 2 as well. So those are the three items that we know about. Okay then, and then we can pick one item up, because they did say there wasn't going to be an engine for this. So the closest engine we've got is a 10.5, which is obviously the Ares War engine. And then we've got some decisions to make. Okay, and as it stands at the moment, we have two specials, but I may not add these, although these are the best ones at the moment. Okay, and going into obviously normal blueprints, then there are two to look at. One of them, and that's this one here, which is the high pressure piping, and the other one, which we've been using quite a bit recently, to be honest, is this one here, obviously the charge capacitor. So those are the suggested specials if nothing else comes out. You could actually take off obviously the high pressure piping if you wanted to and put siege target in 4, but I do believe that drops the radioactive damage too much, okay, and your projectile speed as well, depending if we need projectile speed, and I really don't know, to be honest. Armors, let's just add one of each armors. Obviously don't do this until after VXP, but we just want to see what a total build time looks like. And then let's add some limited weapons on just to fill up the slots. Okay then, so bear in mind that's a 7-day build with everything done. We're clearly going to do it in stages, because we're not going to do the armors until after VXP weekend. And what is missing obviously is the CIC on top of that as well. So we don't know what, as I said, what that's going to bring us. Let's look at total movement speed. So as it stands at the moment, without going into its frenzy, it's 98 combat speed and 100 turn speed, okay, which is quite nice. There is no upgrade to evade when we look at the upgrade stats. So hopefully evade is not going to bother us too much, or it's not going to have too much of an impact whether we, because there's no countermeasure slots anyway. Damage then, the numbers are getting crazy again. So 363,464, a radioactive reload of 177, and a thrower range of plus 15, which is nice. Radioactive damage in general is 198, okay, with a thrower damage of a crazy number of 747%. Reasonable projectile speed, 110% boost. Good splash, 60. So we could use some splash crews on this, and if the ships that are coming at us or the buildings are in clusters, then we can add a really good splash special if we wanted to, because that's a good splash percentage already. Building damage, crazy, 1,520, and interestingly, the wall damage there is greater than the building damage, so there's a potential there for some walls in these targets. The VXP target will tell us. So that's about it. I don't see any other build apart from this at the moment. Like I said, it's the pressure piping and obviously the charge capacitor, which are the unknowns. Okay, and if there's nothing else to come, then that's probably what I'll go with. And like I said, you could take that off if you really wanted to, and you really sort of like, no, I want to go with building damage. Then to me, it's siege targeting 4. But the problem is, if you did take that, whilst your building damage does go up ridiculously high, look, 2,200, you drop massively on radioactive damage, and it's just, I don't think it's the right way to go personally. I think I'm going to go for the high pressure piping. That seems to be the one for me. Anyway, there we go. There's a build time. Bear in mind, I had a raw hull that had 2 weapons on it to start with. Okay, so that's the timing anyway. So yeah, see what you think. Any comments, then pop them down below. And if you've got any other ideas or you think I've missed something out, then please also add that in the comments as well, because it's sort of a learning curve for all of us. Anyway, I hope that helps. TSM out.